There's a lot of winning going on, and I have 40 different wins that we had just last week. So hang in there, and I'll get to them in a minute. Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and I want to give a huge shout out to CJ Truth, and his Twitter feed is at CJ Truth. I want you to really go and give this patriot a big thumbs up, some likes and retweets and everything else under the sun. So if you're not following this patriot, make sure you do, because this is an awesome thread, and this person puts out a lot of things that are very informative and that you might have missed, because we're winning big time. And here are 40 different things that happened just last week that are big wins. So here we go. This is the summary, and I will leave a link to this down below in the description, and you just pop open the description and it'll be there and you can click on it. And even if you don't have Twitter, you can still go and read it, and you can see all these side things, because there's a lot of stuff here. I can't cover it all because it would take me forever, but Supreme Court decision was huge on immigration. In case you didn't catch that, Trump wins again. Except for a U.S. passport, a green card is the most valuable document on earth. It should be difficult and expensive to get. So there we go. And there's the article. You can go to that, click on that, and it will take you there. So that's number one. Number two, the fake news media continues to get found out every day. And this is one of the screenshots. Look at this. The Washington Post had, "It's time to give the elites a bigger say in choosing the president." Well, they got bad feedback, so they changed it. It's time to switch to preference primaries. Yeah, I mean, those headlines, it is just amazing how they manipulate them to try to get people to think differently. Number three, one of the most powerful men in you-know-where would found guilty of you-know-what. And that was Weinstein. Yep, there we go. 67 of third-degree you-know-what. The big R. So, yep, it's great to hear that. And he is in the works for even more charges later on. Of course, he's currently in a hospital because of his health, but kind of weird that they didn't take him to like some kind of facility inside the prison. But that's for another topic. Anyway, let's go on. Number four, the ball keeps moving down the field. Look at this one from Paul Sperry. Breaking, Senate Judiciary Chair Lindsey Graham has asked AG Barr to make available FBI Case Agent 1, who is Stephen Soma, for questioning under oath before his committee in a transcribed interview. Soma was cited in the IG report as the agent, quote, primarily responsible for FISA, quote, errors. Yeah. So we know that he had a whole list of people there if you watch my other video on that. Okay, so let's go on. This is so big, number five, because the Federal Appeals Court upholds Trump's pro-life ruling defunding Planned Parenthood, the A business. Yeah, this is huge pro-life victory. Woohoo! Woohoo! And I'm telling you folks, there's 40 of these things, all from last week. This CJ Truth has been doing a tremendous job of collecting these things and putting them out there often. So that's why you need to follow this person. Anyway, number six, big time CEOs resigning. Did you notice? Wow, they were like dropping like flies. And there's a very distinct possibility that Twitter's own Jack Dorsey may be going bye-bye. Yeah, now the guy that's funding that, you know, the billionaire, I'm not saying anything about his character because there's some pretty fishy stuff there. But I will tell you that it'd be an awfully good thing for the conservatives if he could do that and replace Dorsey with people that actually were not going to censor the conservative voice. That would be wonderful. So anyway, I wanted to point that out to you, all of those different ones. Again, you can click on, if you just click on these, you'll find out more information about any one of these topics. Number seven, this one is the biggest CEOs control so much. And check this out. The silent war continues, of course. Does anyone understand how huge Disney's CEO's resignation is? This big. And look at this chart. Man, you really got to go look at that because it is amazing. All of the stuff that's part of that. Oh, you need to know that. Okay, number 8. This is a big ruling, and it's from the Justice Department. Justice Department files amicus brief explaining that Harvard's race-based admissions process violates federal civil rights law. Woohoo! Justice Department, and there's the link for that. And then we go to number 9. Roundup, one of the biggest cancer-causing agents, announced their chairman is resigning. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, and we're tracking those CEO resignations. A lot of them are going the way of bye-bye. So, yeah. Anyway, number 10. Another big resignation that will probably tie into that kind of trafficking. And we have FBI raids, New York offices of Winnipeg-based fashion executive Peter Nygaard. Yes, there we go. More. And number 11, more big CEO resignations, Barclays. Yeah, this is really heating up, folks. There's more and more of them dropping all the time. Number 12, of course the media did not talk about this big win by Republicans. Democrats have held this House seat for 33 years, and we won it. Kentucky House District 99. It is now red. Woohoo! Yeah, big wins, folks. These are wins. And number 13, no way this is an accident. We know about Spielberg. Steven Spielberg stepping away as Indiana Jones 5 director. Yes, the researchers know why. We definitely do. Number 14, more court wins for President Trump. So, Trump can block DOJ grants to sanctuary cities. This was huge, folks. Really big if you didn't get to see that. Yeah. And number 15, draining the swamp within Pentagon happening. So, administration insiders, Pentagon house cleaning of Never Trumper looms. Woohoo! Yep, there's the article on Breitbart. You can go through and click on these. Again, even if you don't have a Twitter account, you can still go here and you click on this and it will show them to you. Okay, and the next one, number 16. I'm trying to go through these fast because there's 40 of them, folks. Number 16, Comey and McCabe will be going down soon. Just a matter of timing. Yeah, Hannity and Solomon, they were saying, ex-FBI unit chief blows the whistle on Comey and McCabe over warrantless spying. The rats are turning on each other. Woohoo! Number 17, draining the swamp one city at a time, Baltimore swamp. Former liberal Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh sentenced to 3 years for Healthy Holly children's book fraud scheme. Books. The books are playing more into it all the time, aren't they? Number 18, could be the best James O'Keefe bust yet. And it was ABC News suspends reporter over Project Veritas expose on media bias. And if you haven't seen that, you can go there and there's a link to the expose itself. Number 19, the video is just brilliant. Well done, James O'Keefe. Oh, it's down here too. 1.5 million views just on Twitter. And so this is the video right here. You can see that was a huge win. Woohoo, woohoo. Number 20, President Trump's administration suing the New York Times. It's about time. New York Times made false factual assertions about the Donald Trump campaign that were knowingly false. Knowingly, false at the time of publication with intentional disregard for the truth. They never reached out to us to verify or for comment before they ran the story. And so, yes, they're suing. I think it is about time on that. Number 21, draining the swamp in cities around the nation, winning every day. FBI federal agents descend on Houston ISD admin building. COO's home. Yep, something happened in there. The FBI's been kind of busy making raids, have you noticed? Yeah. Number 22. President Trump knows China is an enemy of America. You will see more of these types of arrests and convictions. This one, Chinese scientist sentenced to 2 years in prison for stealing U.S. trade secrets worth over $1 billion. And that's from the Epoch Times. You can go read that. Number 23. We will continue to see arrests and crimes against children and trafficking. So, winning every day. There's another one. If you take that link, it will take you to another arrest there. Number 24. One of the greatest things ever. These people are stupid. Well done. And look at this. Too much winning. Immigrants trusted Maryland to give them licenses. Then ICE betrayed them. Anyway, ICE went in and they picked them off. So I think that's kind of good. Anyway, number 25. Globalism is being fought all over the world, including Greece. The citizens of Greece have declared civil war against the globalist socialist policies of their government and the EU. Their concerns focus primarily on pension plans and the scale of mass migration into their country. Greece will exit the EU very soon. Yeah, Greece has had a tough time of it. So, there's a video on that. I tell you folks, it's happening. Number 26, big win for President Trump and the American people on sanctuary cities. Federal court deals major blow to sanctuary cities. There will be no more tax dollars to states and cities that will not cooperate with federal law enforcement, ICE. This is big news. Number 27, remember when Jack, as in Jack Dorsey, said he was moving to Africa at the first of the year? I think this has been in the works for a while. How would you like a true fair Twitter? Woohoo! That would be great. And this is the article about Elliott Management takes sizable investment in Twitter. Seeks to replace CEO Jack Dorsey. Yep, number 28. We have been in Afghanistan forever, and now we might be out very soon. So, President Trump is keeping his promises again. The U.S. and Taliban have signed a historic peace deal in which the U.S. has agreed to withdraw all troops from Afghanistan within 14 months. Wow, that was pretty awesome. And yet it kind of slid under the radar because everybody was so focused on illnesses and on complaining about illnesses and trying to make them a lot worse than they really are. Okay, so we go on. And number 29. President Trump and his administration understands what Huawei, aka China, was trying to do with us. We are now cleaning it up, and there it is. This past today winning Huawei equipment hit with $1 billion rip and replace bill. Woohoo! Okay, number 30. Our Justice Department is finally fighting for the people. Justice Department sues Caroline County, Virginia Commissioner of the Revenue for disability discrimination. Yep, starting to get the rule of law put back in place. So the high-ups are being held accountable for what they're doing. Number 31, hate hoaxer Jussie Smollett is back in criminal court in Chicago for staging hate crime. Nigerian brothers also attending hearing. Update, Jussie pleads not guilty. You think? Yeah. You know what? I knew that story was fake from the start because it was like the coldest day of the year in Chicago. And if you've ever been in Chicago, first of all, it is called the Windy City for a very good reason. And secondly, it was like 20 below. And when it's 20 below, even in Chicago, people don't go out on the street unless they really have to. And so to be out just going to Subway, yeah, not going to happen. It was so staged. Anyway, let's go on. Number 32. This will be fun since Joe won South Carolina this weekend. Ukraine launches criminal proceedings against Joe Biden over firing prosecutor Viktor Shokin. Yep. There they are. That's the whole reason they had to come out and say that Trump was trying to make this a quid pro quo because they knew this was happening. They were actually having talks about doing this criminal investigation long before that phone call. So they had done some investigation before that. Number 33, justice is finally happening. Facing 250, you know what kind of abuse lawsuits, the Diocese of Buffalo declares bankruptcy. Yep, there we go. More and more. And number 34, Tom Walnut Sauce. And if you don't know what that means, I'm not going to explain it here, but you might want to go look up some things that are related to a certain food like pizza, And Pete is an evil man. Buttigieg quit the presidential race. Before Pete quits the race, a viral video of the whatever show of Pete imitating Obama spreads this 5.2 million views on just Twitter. If you haven't seen this, it really is kind of eye-opening because it's like Pete was trying to copy him or something. It was weird how close this is, the two of them together. So anyway, just thought I would put that. And I also think, personally, I saw Amy Klobuchar just now decided to end her campaign too. I think what's going to happen is they're all going to throw their votes to Joe because the Democrat Party is panicked that Bernie is going to win. And he would except they can't have that because they know for sure that's a total defeat. There is no way Bernie will win against Trump. And so they're going to try to put Biden in there. Oh, it just gets worse because every time you turn around, he's digging his hole deeper. Oh, man. Number 35, President Trump's India trip was amazingly successful. Here is a great comparison of how his trip went versus Obama's trip. And again, if you've not seen this video, you need to watch this one because this is pretty good, because Hussein got there and he had like 100 people or so, and Trump had this huge stadium of 125,000 people all cheering and chanting USA. I mean, it was fantastic. It was amazing to see that. Number 36, President Trump's rallies in Arizona, Colorado, and South Carolina were an unbelievable success. They keep getting bigger and more electric closer to the election. Here's one of the highlights, and there's a video for you to watch on that. Like I said, a lot of this was videos and things that you need to dig a little deeper if you want to, but I'm just going to give you all of the overview, and you can go from there. All right, number 37. President Trump was absolutely on target at CPAC. He just keeps getting better. This was one of the highlights. And if you didn't see this, this was pretty funny because he was imitating Mini Mike. It was fun. So then we have 38. Nick Sandmann. You remember him. He was the Covington Catholic kid, you know, that they made up the story about, is going to be draining more resources from the media because he intends to sue 5 additional media outlets, including ABC and CBS. Ooh, it's really heating up. I hope he does. I hope he wins, because that young man with his moral values that he has, he would put that money to very good use. And ironically, he would probably put it toward the A industry and, you know, help save a lot of babies' lives. Okay, number 39. We also know this is a spiritual war we are in, and we're starting to see Hollywood's powers diminish and starting to backfire. So you need to see this. This was very interesting. Madonna falls from her performance, Oprah, and we talked about this in a previous video, actually. So here are some of the things that happened. It's really interesting to look at that. Number 40. There are so many more, but want to keep it about this number this week. If I put more, then we might get in this mode.
Please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore.
So we don't want to do that. No. And then one more, he puts this on there. This one happened this week in the White House when President Trump hosted influential African-American supporters at the White House. This was Michael Bloomberg in an African-American church today. And I don't know if you saw this, but he was at this church and these guys all have their back to him. See, he is like right here. That's him. And this is the front of the church. They all turned their back on him and just stood there and protested silently with their backs to him. And in the meantime, we have President Trump here with a lot of black leaders around him, all putting their hands on him and praying for him, because we know that is what makes us different from the Democrats, because we pray and we believe in the God we're praying to, and that he is powerful, and he will bless this country if we will humble ourselves and seek his face. And that's what we're doing. That's what this administration does. So, yeah, that's the whole thread. I really think you need to go through it yourself and check out, click on them and check out the links. That one's not working very well, but I'm sure they will for you. Mine just gets cantankerous sometimes. But it's 40-some different posts. Yeah, that should give you a lot to think of. I'm going to put the link for this down below, and you can check it out for yourself. Again, even if you don't have a Twitter account, you can still click on the link. It will take you there, and you can look through everything. You just can't like it or anything like that because you don't have an account. So anyway, that's what I've got for you on this one. I want to shout out again to CJ Truth. I need you all to go follow him, and he is doing a massive amount as a digital soldier. We need to support him in any way we can. So there you go, folks. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.